Thanks, it's me again. It's Paulius from Baltic. Thank you for watching this video, and today I wanted to talk more about my new knife, Varnas. It's a camping bushcrafting knife, and I did the initial video and I showcased the knife, showcased some of its features, and I did some changes, some aesthetic changes, and I've made more handles just to show you the possible variety. And I think this could be a companion video to that, to presenting this new beautiful design that I made, that I am super proud. And I feel like that the first video isn't really doing justice to it. And these new changes actually highlight and showcase the beautiful design that the Varnas knife is. So I would invite you to sit around, maybe grab a cup of tea, and we will go and see the possible options and how the knife looks itself. And yeah, just talk knives and chill. So yeah, let's go. So let's go. This is the design, and it's already a little bit different than what you've saw in the previous video if you watched it. The blade shape and blade design is the same. The main changes are in the handle, and this is one of the possible variations. Now what we will do is just look at the generic changes that will be for all of the handle materials. This will be the same, and then we will go over the available handle materials as of currently, and I will highlight some of the differences that could occur. So this variant is with desert ironwood, and it's polished. All of the handles will be polished. I decided against going the sandblasted by default. If somebody asks, I can do it. It's no problem. Just write it in the notes when you are making the pre-order. But for me, the polished look really goes well with the shiny bevel and the aesthetic that I am going on. I feel like this really exaggerates the matte places where we have this swoopy line that goes up here. A very nice like T type transition. Looking at it alone, for me it is looking striking. And again, when you're looking from the profile, you can see it's shiny on the sides and it is matte in the center from both sides. It is really nice. So first change would be making the handle polished. And I also made a change with the very front area and this dip here, where there is no texture added, and you can see the texture actually finishes until it reaches that place. And I think that just gives it more of a consistent look in these places where these lines need to play together with the grind lines, and these need to be straight. But this is not the case with the whole profile and the end of the knife. So these are the generic changes, basically changing the finishing on the handles, which I feel changes the aesthetic a lot. It makes it look, I don't know, it just gives me the fizz. I love it. And I love how the texture is playing with the light. It feels fancy, it feels luxurious, and also feels great in the hand because of this texturing. It is grippy enough so it doesn't slide in your hand. Also, it doesn't slide because it has this wonderful shape, 3D contouring. And it can have this wonderful shine of a finish. I really like Ironwood because it can be natural. It's full of oils. It's almost stabilized by nature. And it's so easy to touch up and polish up again. It's just a great and nice choice. And all of the Ironwood handles, sadly, because due to manufacturing and pipeline stuff, you cannot choose the handle pattern unless you are from the very select few who writes me a DM and then we can agree on something. But if you are ordering from the website, you cannot pick and choose, because it's not just scalable for me. And all of them have 2.5 millimeter black G10 liners, just to give it that stabilization of any movement. And also, if there is some nice burling, I guess, it also stabilizes that, because sometimes it can crack on those places, especially if you are using this knife as a pry bar. It can bend a little bit, force the handle to bend, and the G10 holds everything in place. So yeah, that's the first option. Now let's jump into the other option. Next up, plain yet elegant blank canvas micarta. I think it looks so classy, so good. It's just black. Black is always good. I love how you can see the canvas inside of it, and there are no liners. I feel like this is a simple yet low-key, invisible kind of style. It looks hidden, stealthy, I would say. But also, again, you can see the glittering play between the shiny places and the polishing look. Feels a little bit heavier than the Ironwood, but that is expected for micarta. And this is fully synthetic, so it does not care about any humidity. It will be there for you in any situation. It's just wonderful material. So let's go next. The next combo is a disclaimer. I thought that this combination would not work, but looking at the finished product, I think it is looking exceptionally good. It's the brown canvas micarta. I don't know why, but the rules are the same. There's no liner. You can see the canvas inside. Beautifully polished, amazingly strong material for depending on any situation, in any humidity, and it's very resistant to temperature changes. So it's just good old reliable. But this one looks even, it's like, it doesn't look stealthy. It doesn't look like it could be hidden, easily. It looks like, hey, look at me, but in a classic way, in a gentle way, in a way that says, I'm not an aggressive knife, but hey, I'm a tool. You can use me. I'm very practical, very warm. I don't know. It just looks inviting. It looks, you just want to, oh, of course you can see, like in this light, you can see better the patterning that I was talking about and the smooth places. But I think this one is just really, really nicely looking. Now we are going to be more in the military style of a Camo canvas micarta. This one also doesn't have any liners. The micarta is made here in Poland by Epoxy Lab, the maker Emil, and I'm very thankful for this micarta, and it looks so nice. I love the bigger layers, as you can beautifully see the 3D contouring that I did and the big X's that you have here. And I love how the patterning is coming out. It looks more of a militaristic style, I would guess. A more bushcrafty. But this is not the most bushcrafty that it can get. Just look at what we have next. The next one is super intricate, and I think the most bushcrafty that you can get with this micarta. Just look at this. This is the Bush Master, also by epoxylab.eu, made by Emil. I really dig this. And I also tried to match the patterning that goes from both sides. If you can see. It was a little bit difficult, but I think this looks snake-like. This looks so nice. And I love the patterning. Sadly, you cannot see the 3D contouring, but you get this really nice flowing pattern. And you can see, because it's cross-cut, you don't get that super high gloss shine, but you still get that shine. So it's a little bit muted. And if you lose it in the grass, there's no way finding it except with the glossy, if the sun reflects from the glossy bevel. I mean, this is something else. This is really nicely looking, especially for people who love camping. I would say this would just fit into that type of setting just wonderfully. Preparing a meal, making some tent pegs. It's just making fishing rods for your children. It's just so nice, so nice, so much usable blade. And now we'll go to the most fancy looking variation. Let's go. And the last one, of course, it will be with fat carbon. Fat carbon is also made in Lithuania. I am from Lithuania. And it's just a wonderful material to work with. And if you go to my website, which is in the description, and you go to this exact fat carbon variant, I've added for you to choose any fat carbon you want for this type of model. And I think with different fat carbons, this would look like so different, especially with reds, with lava flow, with Mars Valley, or with something like Toxic Storm. That would look so good. So you can see, but there are some changes here. To allow my customers to have some savings, I'm adding a 4mm, a thick black liner here. So we need to buy a thinner piece of fat carbon. So you are getting the savings of buying less material, but it also gives a nice visual effect, because I think it's such a beautiful manufactured synthetic material. It looks like a painting, so it needs to be framed in a black frame to give it a whole new level of exaggeration, of showing the craftsmanship that goes into this material, and adding that level of detail makes it look even better. And in this case, with this material, you have a lot of play. You can even choose the most fancy version, and one person has already ordered, and I'm super excited to showcase it, to have 2 layers of fat carbon instead of black liner. They will have a high visibility liner here and a greenish Toxic Storm top. And I think that will look just insane. And I cannot wait to show it to you how it will look. And it's just the matter of imagination. and because it's such a custom thing, just write me and we will figure out. But then it's not cost saving because you are buying twice the fat carbon, but you are having something exclusive. And I think here people have so much choice, and the material looks so good. It is so weather resistant, it's so heat resistant, shock resistant. It's a hard material to work with, expensive to buy, but totally worth it, the end result. So this was the last of the different variants. So thank you everybody for coming in for this video. I am super excited to showcase this. I'm very proud of it. Doesn't matter how many times I say it, but it's true. It's true. I think this is the best knife design that I've ever made. It's the most comfortable, the most workhorsey, the thing that can help you survive in the wilderness, do good work, and the pricing is exceptionally good, I feel. I feel like I managed to squeeze as much performance of the price point that is worth for me making it as possible. So you are getting tremendous value, a tremendous package. I can't wait to showcase more of the sheath, but I will do a separate Baltic vlog on making the sheath and doing some adjustments, because I have the basic design down and the process of how it's made, and you can see all of the nice features, because the knife is as good as the sheath is, because a good sheath allows you to carry the knife everywhere, to be it by your side and allow you to do work. And if the knife is comfortable, then you use it and then you work with it, and then the knife is great. Then I have achieved my goal. But first we need to have not only a comfortable knife, but also a sheath that is comfortable to carry. It has a lot of carrying options, and it is not too big, not too bulky, and has, mamma mia, great retention. So stay tuned. Leave a comment which version was your favorite, or if it is fat carbon, maybe you want some other fat carbon, you would like some other fat carbon. So leave it in the comments what you think would be a sick combination, and maybe we can make it happen, or at least I can get some ideas on even better combinations. So yeah, see you soon, see you later. This was not a very long video, and I talk to you later.